Welcome to another awesome stream recap. So I've cut this down as it was almost 3 hours long, but it's a lot of content in there. We have Joel Madmole in there showing a lot of the content, a lot of the visuals, the new tools, and talking about some of the mechanics about critical hit system and candy and what have you. So it's definitely worthwhile to see, and there's a few pieces of the Q&A at the end as well, but the Q&A was really long, so I've really cut most of that out. But I've been focused on things you can see and really understand what they are doing rather than just things that you just have to sit and listen, because that gets a little bit dull. But if you enjoy these videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get to see the next ones, and of course ring that notification bell. I'm going to be putting out Alpha 19 content really soon, starting probably on the 27th of June with my streams on YouTube and on Twitch both. So make sure you catch those as well. They're going to be at around 11 a.m. EST on the 27th and 28th of June, which is early afternoon in Europe and of course late night here in me for Asia. Let's dive into the stream.
All right, everybody, I'm Joel. I'm Joel Hunick, also known as Madmole, co-founder and of the Fun Pimps, and we're here to talk about Alpha 19. Totally excited. We're really pumped to get this build out to you guys. So just going to start talking about some of the things we've done. One of the more recent things we did was add in a new loop progression, and we were playtesting, and it just it's been an issue since Alpha 1. Find a shotgun in a purse in the first 10 seconds of the game, and it's kind of like it ruins the progression when that happens. So we've kind of added Stone Age or Primitive Age to the game now. So when you first start out, you're not going to find any high quality firearms for a while. You're going to be finding blunderbusses, bows and arrows, crossbows, kind of more primitive stuff, and low quality for the first. Depends how fast you level, but there's actually a Stone Age now, and it's really kind of changed the game for the better.
Nice. It's nice to finally see that happen, because it was an issue special, I think, from Alpha 17 onwards, where you found guns really, really early. It was sort of like you could go the first day and all of a sudden you had 3 rifles and 5 pistols and 2 shotguns, and you sort of jumped immediately into the firearms race.
Just playing the game now, and every time you're looting a box, the whole idea here is to kind of put the carrot on a stick for the player. So you don't jump from your day one weapon to an awesome pump shotgun right away. You're going to start off finding a blunderbuss, and then you'll get a better quality blunderbuss, and then after a while I got a double barrel, and then I got a better double barrel, and I must have had went through about 4 or 5 blunderbusses that were all just a little bit better than the one I've had. And then I got several double barrels, and then I think I finally got a pump shotgun. And as a result of this, I'm starting to do more crafting. I ended up crafting a shotgun, and then I found of course I crafted a nice pump shotgun and used all my parts, and then I found the schematic for the auto shotgun, and I was like, oh, I need the parts now. So I had to go back and do a lot of looting.
And I think that's really important. For people who played Alpha 18, you probably are in the same position where you hardly ever craft it, because, well, you would find things that are much better, and you could only craft up to quality 5 anyway, so might as well just loot and you'll find better stuff you can actually craft.
Yeah, so we added a lot of candy to the game. There's, I don't know, 10 and 12 different candies. I don't remember exactly. But they're only in vending machines. You have to purchase them. You don't find them in loot. You can't craft them, so they're just something you buy. But I've made a pretty good effort to make sure that they're all useful. When I first started testing, it was kind of like, I don't know about this. Maybe this costs too much. So adjusted the price a little bit. But I feel like I've got them tuned in now to where I'm buying and using a fair amount of candy in the game.
Okay, so here, we'll start with the oh shit drops.
Okay, those are great. Now those basically negate all fall damage, and they last 5 minutes. And I find them very useful for, like, say you're at the top of Shamway, or you're going through one of those factories where there's a lot of loose boards, you might fall and break your leg or whatever. It's like, now I got 5 minutes of fall damage protection. I'm just going to go ahead, and I usually try to save it towards the end, but you get to that loot room and you're like 200 meters up in the air, and you don't want to walk out of, you don't want to backtrack through the whole dungeon to leave. You got your shit, you're ready to go. I see. The next one is Atom Junkies, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, and that one, if you're into explosions, rockets, grenades, pipe bombs, these will give you an extra 50% damage, and it lasts for 5 minutes, so it's pretty healthy. You pop one of them on a horde night, and you can really do some serious damage to the enemies, which is very handy for 100 dukes. It's well worth it. And then what do we have? What's that blue one there? The next
Covert
one.
Cats.
Okay, yeah, that one increases your sneak damage. Eye candy. Is that the next one? No, hackers is next.
Oh
no, never mind. You already changed. A little bit of lag there. Okay. So eye candy.
5-second lag.
This is Sasha's favorite one here, and it's really handy. What it does is it gives you a massive loot bonus. So when you're at the end of the POI and you're in the loot room and you're ready to pop all those chests open, you take a dose of eye candy and you're like, and you can get way better loot. I mean, it's not game breaking, but it's kind of like, plus 35 to your game stage basically. So, and then we've got hackers next, I believe.
Yes.
And what that one does is increase your salvage, so you get 20% more resources. So if you're like, hey, I need a lot of mechanical parts, then the health bar, that one's pretty good. This one actually gives you 10 extra max health, which 10 extra hit points on top of your normal hit points is always good. And then the big one is the crit healing. You're going to heal if you have, which we're going to talk about later, is criticals. It's a big new awesome system. It's going to give you the faster healing on your criticals, and it gives you actual critical resistance, so you're actually receiving less criticals. Jailbreakers, this one here, I believe, gives you 100% chance to lockpick. Yeah, what's the next one, Nathan?
The Nerd Tats.
That one, oh yes, the Nerd Tats gives you a AoE shock radius. So if you're the stun baton guy, this will actually do like a chain lightning effect to nearby zombies.
Rockbusters.
This is my personal favorite, or anybody who likes to build is not going to want to miss this one. You're basically getting 20% more harvest on when you're mining ores. Go ahead and grab some food from the menu. Click on that. Yeah, that one gives you a 40 max stamina bonus. So that gives you, say you're a brand new guy, 100 hit points, 100 stamina. You drink that, eat that stew. Your stamina goes way up to 140. They last quite a while. I think. Go ahead and eat one.
I can eat one. Yeah.
Yeah, just eat that stew and see what it says. And that's another thing. You probably showed this to them already, but we have a new. So we get 7 minutes. Yeah. And this is show them the new hyperlink system. Any buff pop out over here on the left, you can click on it, and it hyperlinks you right to the character stats page. Go ahead and click on that. One of those.
I did.
And then it highlights the bonus, the stat effect that you just clicked on.
Now that's a lot of stuff in there, but looking at this food, is glad that they rejigged it, and I love that hyperlink things. You can actually sort of see what does it do and everything, because that was an issue before. You would have something, you're like, I don't really know what it does. Now looking at all this candy, I am still a little bit unsure, ambivalent to the addition of these ones, because obviously they look to have really good bonuses. But this is a zombie horde survival game. It's sort of like, I pop some candy and all of a sudden I'm a super fighter, a super miner, super whatever. It's just a little bit of an odd thing. I mean, they had a little bit of that with food in Alpha 18, but they've really gone, I think, over the top.
Yeah, go to the skills page and just go click on perceptions, and I'll just talking about the overview. One of the things we did in the skill balance, one of the reasons we wanted to rebalance it was there was just trying to be consistent with everything. we had a lot of perks that had 5 ranks, and it just wasn't enough interesting things to do with 5 ranks. Like for farming, for example, we just didn't really have enough stuff to really fill out 5 perks. So a lot of them just the bonuses you got were spread out over 5 ranks, and it just felt kind of like, this doesn't feel like it's worth it, or this is too many perk points spent for what I'm getting. It just didn't feel that balanced. So we took a good look at the whole thing, and we went through and just reduced some of them to just 4 ranks, and a lot of them just down to 3 ranks.
You can tell they would definitely watch my videos of Alpha 18, because this is one of the things that I said really early on, that it did make sense to a lot of these to have 5. I think even 3 or 4 might be too much in some cases, but at least they've been rebalancing, because 5 lockpicking, 5 Infiltrator, 5 Animal Tracker, which actually was, I believe, I covered that it didn't make sense, and I'm glad they've changed this up, because I never bought them because they were not useful at so many perk points that you would need to spend on it, compared to other things that health or weapons.
Where before it was just kind of like, I'm not spending 5 points on that. No way. It's just, but 3 to be awesome at cracking safes. That's got me thinking a little bit about it. So, yeah. Infiltrator, we cut that one down to 3. That's the click on that one.
Let's see. That's the landmine one. Yeah.
Oh, now you can be a mole. Everybody wants to be a mole, right? A Madmole. All right. So that one lets you. It's the same as before, but we just kind of cut it down to just 3 ranks, because that one just did not have enough value to do that much. So Animal Tracker, same thing. We cut it down to 3 perks or 3 ranks for that one. Lucky Looter has always been a good one, so we kept that one at 5 ranks. And then I believe Treasure Hunter is a new one. That one used to be part of Lucky Looter, did it not?
Yeah, I think it was.
At the same time, some of these are already ruined. You see the lockpicking? Well, why would you perk 3 in here when you can just pop a candy, you're 100% a success rate for picking locks for 1 candy? Why would you waste 3 points?
But other than moving heavy armor and cutting a couple of them down to 4 ranks. So let's try Fortitude now.
Yep.
So we well insulated. That one has 3 ranks now. Living off the land has 3 ranks now. That's your farming. So nothing too serious. If you want to farm your crops, you can get into that one. Will we add more perks? I think we will. I'm not saying we're done with perks. I have some more ideas for some extra perks down the road. I think would be very cool. But let's move on to agility.
Okay.
Yep. So run and gun, flurry of blows. Those have been cut down to 3 ranks. And light armor, just like we did with heavy armor, has 4. And parkour has 4. And that's all we've done there. And then now you can go to intellect. Okay, so daring adventurer, that one's got 4. I don't think charismatic nature ever had 5, so that one's just the same. And physician just has 4 ranks now. And that's pretty much it. That covers kind of the perk overhaul. We got rid of, science, and we kind of distributed its perks to the other intellect trees, whichever kind of made sense for them.
Yeah, so you definitely see if they have sort of streamlined a little bit, and I'll just quickly show you what these are. There's obviously a lot more to go in skill by skill, but sort of this shows you at least a general overview of how it is.
We added a ton of books in Alpha 18, and we just didn't really have time and bandwidth to do everything. So we added 3 new perk books to this. Yeah, where's Bar Brawling is the first new one.
Oh, yeah.
But no, this is for using fists and brass leather knuckles and spike knuckles.
Yeah.
This is the one they used with the bare fist or with the iron or steel knuckles, which were a really good weapon in Alpha 18, but it didn't have its own book series. And here is going to be awesome. I think this is going to be probably in Alpha 19 going to be a favorite one. I'm probably going to start out with this one because these unlocks are really good, especially number 7, drinking beer no longer blurs your vision, because that was a huge issue, because beer was really good for damage and everything when you're fighting melee, and here you can recover health on number 5 and extra damage. This is going to be really, really good. I don't know what the 7th curse is though.
The 7th curse, that's the completion bonus. Unleash your inner chi with this ancient martial arts technique. The 7th unarmed strike landed in a short time, does 300% damage.
So we have the drunken master technique at 7, and then we have the 7th curse on, well, the ultimate there. I think together they will play really, really well.
So Spear Hunter, Volume 1 is, what's Volume 1 called?
Yeah, so the Spear Hunter series seems kind of all right. Nothing really special. More damage, less degradation, and crafting and stuff like that. I still think spears do suffer from not being good enough at high level, because the ultimate, or the power attack, is basically throwing away a weapon, so that you need to recover it. So low level or in specific situation, yes, but not at Horde Night or big fights.
Anyway, let's move on to Tech Junkie.
Okay. We are there now.
So Tech Junkie, we have robotic weapons do 10% more damage. Number 2, robotic weapons and stun batons degrade 20% slower. Number 3, you can craft armor-piercing robotic turret ammo. I don't think we had that in 18. We didn't have any special ammo. We just had the plain junk turret ammo. So now you guys have got a huge ammo upgrade. So you can get the armor-piercing stuff, which we all know is very good against the armored opponents, like the soldiers and the tougher zombies. Number 4, this one's very cool. Craft robotic turret shells. Basically, turns your turret into an automatic shotgun. Number 5, craft stun repulsor mods.
That sounds cool.
That is a very good mod for the stun baton. When you get the charged hit and you hit a zombie with it, they kind of ragdoll. So very cool stuff. Kind of gives you something to look forward to with your stun baton. Nice mod for it. And number 7, increase the rate of fire of your robotic weapons. So that's basically your junk sledge, your junk turret. They're going to have a faster fire rate, which always comes in handy, more DPS. So, and then the completion perk.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then the completion perk is your bulk crafting of all the new robotic ammo types.
So they've basically combined the junk turret with the stun baton here to sort of do 50-50 as far as the perks. And I think that's a mistake, because if you look at anything else, you look at the knuckle fighting or the club or pistol, etc., they have in each of these weapon trees have their own full book series, which has a lot of perks. And here, sort of like, a few here, a few there, which basically means you lose out on a lot of bonuses that would be there for another book series. So a club will have basically 8 different specific perks that will affect it, but a junk turret only has 3 or 4, and the stun baton has 3 or something, and it basically makes it a lot weaker. They should have split these ones like they're done for everything else. They have different ones for all the other weapons. Why combine it for the junk turret and the stun baton?
And that's a new 7.62 sniping rifle, and it's got probably twice as big a magazine as the and the iron sights we're still working on trying to get those tuned in.
Yeah, so this was covered very briefly in the previous video as well, and obviously having a nicer sniper is good, but I mean the iron sights and the gun model is just so huge and so blocking, it just looks really weird, I think. But with the scope, obviously it makes sense, but iron sights, oh no.
So we know they'll come in this way.
Yeah, I would just back it up a little bit so you got room between the door and them. Pick it up, and that'll probably work too.
Okay. Yeah.
I was talking about, if you were like...
I think there might be a problem right now.
Yeah, you don't say. That one was totally ineffectual there. I think it seemed like it was extending, but yeah, and it did damage, but yeah, that was obviously not extremely effective. Maybe there's some issue with the damage or how it's targeting.
Tactical assault rifle? Man, why
yeah. So the AK-47 has been nerfed just a little bit to make room for this guy. This is your new Tier 2 And I think by default, it's a 3-burst fire. It's not like fully automatic, so it's a little different, but it's a little more precise. It's supposed to have a little more, you know, quicker handling than the AK. So it's completely different feel, but yeah, it's pretty nice.
Which is kind of weird, actually, because the AK-47 is probably one of the most powerful assault rifles out there. I'm not sure why this one would be better, but yeah, I find that a little bit weird.
It's a lot more impressive with the sound. Nice. Now, if you had the perks, it'd be even faster, obviously. But go ahead and let's strip this car down.
Well, you can see the auto shotgun against unarmored targets looks like it's really, really good. You see he's killing them really. Obviously, not really perked up either, no mod, so it seems to be really powerful.
Redesigned it, and so we moved the food and your water bars to the HUD.
Yes, finally, this was so useful. People kept asking me, what mod are you using to show the food and the water? And I'm glad they put that back in some way.
Late game when you get all the perks.
Yeah.
That is one nice axe. I like it.
Oh my god, they got to see the clubs now. The chain mod. Now you can throw spikes in it and show them. Or you can whack something too.
Okay.
Now you can probably just switch to the baseball bat. And
there he is, everybody.
Oh, he looks amazing. If you've seen the previous stream or video, I showed this Steve, the crawling Steve, and he looks so much... Oh, it's like he was trying to stand up there. He looks so much better now. Oh, I love this. I really love this model.
I don't believe we're doing an advanced forge. I mean, you can answer to that, Joel, but I would think
to what?
An advanced forge. I don't know.
We might. I mean, I would like to see either the one we have, you know, capable of outputting more.
I mean, is that what we're really talking? Is just one that does like more material?
I would like to have more slots so that you can, you know, smelt more than 2 items at once. You know, I've talked about industrial forge, and it would have, you know.
Okay, well that wouldn't
5 or
be
6.
bad. I mean, if you're
5 or 6 slots, so that you can smelt more crap, and it's gonna forge faster.
And I think that's something that people have been requesting before. Give us some advanced stuff that doesn't use... Come on, I'm late game. I have all these wonderful stuff in my base and everything, and I'm still using wood or coal to smelt my iron. Come on, give me something better than that. Give me an industrial forge, industrial cooker, or whatever. I don't want to cook my meals late game on a campfire. At least give me a proper oven and everything that is powered by electricity and stuff. So this was a really long Q&A, and obviously Madmole Joel has a lot of information about what he wants to have in, what is in, and a lot of the reasoning behind it. So there was just tons of questions and answers in there that are just no way to succinctly cut it down into this video. So go check that out if you're interested. There's just tons of it in there. Things that are coming in, things that are not coming in, why it's not coming in. So that's been really awesome, and I think this was a really good stream, and a lot of things showcased. A lot of questions, a lot of answers in there that were really, really nice to hear from Joel. Thank you very much for that. I think that the next one is going to be on Monday, and then there's going to be one on Tuesday where they're going to be playing, and then going to be on Wednesday, their last one with the developers. We're going to see what they've been up to, and appreciate you watching this one, and leave a like and make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you again on, well, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.